Reds had some real potential going into the 2019 season, making big moves in the offseason to acquire Alex Wood, Yasiel Puig, Matt Kemp, and Sonny Gray. Combine that with their already solid core of Eugenio Suarez, Joey Votto, and Rafael Iglesias, there's a team with some pretty good talent right there. Unfortunately, in real life, they're in last place, 7 games under 500, but the show could be a whole different story. And we're going to try and help them out and get them to win their first World Series title since 1990. Now this is going to be a long action-packed video, so without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get right into it. So expectations for the 2019 season aren't too high, and we're most likely going to be sellers at the deadline. Some guys we might be looking to ship off are Matt Kemp and maybe even Joey Votto, depending on how he's doing at that point in the season. Some definite areas of improvement that we need to go for are our pitching, for sure, and we could always get some more offense because it never hurts. So we're going to go ahead and sim to the deadline and see what happens. So here we are at July 29th, and we're sitting at 47 and 57 in last place. So it looks like we're going to have to make some moves and sell off some players. Our top 2 draft picks this year are pretty good. We got starting pitcher Eric Pope in the first round with A potential at 64 overall. And then we got a second baseman named Cletus Medrano in the second round, who's a B potential at 60 overall. Everyone else is kind of meh, so we're not going to even bother with them. Sonny Gray is pitching absolutely terribly this year, so we're going to go ahead and send him back to New York for Mike Ford, Josh Stowers, and Michael King because of how much Sonny loved his first stint with the Yanks. Then we're going to go ahead and flip Matt Kemp and Jose Iglesias to Toronto for Aaron Sanchez because he's young and having a pretty good year. And then we're going to send Joey Votto to the New York Yankees, so another trade with the Yanks. And we're also going to throw in Matt Bowman for Luke Voit, Hector Rondon, and Zach Britton. So we're getting some decent pitching talent back, and we're shedding some of Votto's money, which we can use in free agency. That's all we're going to do for now, until the offseason comes around. So we finished the year at 78 and 84, ending the season a little bit better than we started it, finishing 31 and 27 down the stretch, which is a small improvement, but still an improvement nonetheless. Our 2019 MVPs are Eugenio Suarez and Aaron Sanchez. Suarez had the best year hitting-wise, and Sanchez was our best pitcher. And our payroll is very low this year, so we have some room to make some decent moves. First, we have to bring back some of our old guys for the next season. So we're going to re-sign Hector Rondon for 3 years, $12 million, Alex Wood for 4 years, $31.2 million, Tanner Roark for 3 years, $16.5 million, and Yasiel Puig for 4 years, $50 million. And we still have some cash to work with, so we're going to try and sign some guys in open free agency that could help us. We end up picking up Garrett Cole for 5 years and $113 million, so only about $22 million a year, which isn't too bad. And then we picked up Marcell Ozuna for 3 years, $44 million, only $14 million a year. Fast forward to the Rule 5 draft, we picked center fielder Derek Fisher, and we're actually going to end up sending him to Milwaukee, along with Robert Stevenson and Phillip Ervin for Christian Yelich, who's an absolute beast. That's instantly going to bring our team to another level, offensively speaking. So with all our moves in the offseason, we're looking pretty good this year. We might have to shore up that bullpen a little bit, but our offense is looking really solid. According to the game, we're ranked as the 3rd best team, which actually kind of surprised the hell out of me, but I'll take it. For now, we're just going to take things to the deadline, see how the team's doing, and definitely hope that we can get into the playoffs this year. Alright, so here we are at the deadline. We're 57 and 50, which isn't too bad, but we have some work to do. Firstly, the draft. We got a guy named Josh Peck, an 87 potential center fielder, and Willie Gallegos, an 81 potential closer. Alright, time to make some moves. The first trade we're going to do is send Nick Senzel, who didn't really develop in this franchise, and Jesse Winkler to the Yankees for Tanaka and Chapman because our pitching is terrible. And then we're going to send Sergio Romo, who I forgot we signed in free agency, along with Michael Lorenzen to the White Sox for Kelvin Herrera. And the next deal we're going to make is Alex Wood, Jonathan India, and Cletus Medrano to Seattle for Jordan Montgomery and Anthony Swarzak. And finally, we're going to make one last deal, and it's Zach Britton and David Hernandez to the Boston Red Sox for Carson Smith and Denyi Reyes. We're going all in this year, and now our bullpen is absolutely crazy to match our already good offense. Hopefully all these moves pay off down the stretch. So we made the playoffs as a wildcard team, and we're going to be facing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Gerrit Cole is going to get the ball since he's our big money guy, and our bullpen is disgusting, so hopefully they can help as well, and we end up losing. Despite a hard-fought game, back and forth, we lose 4-3, and we're eliminated from the playoffs already. But the future is looking very bright as we have a really nice team core, so now we're going into the offseason with high expectations for the next season. Right off the bat, we have some names we got to re-sign, like Scooter Gennett, Masahiro Tanaka, and Aaron Sanchez. We end up bringing all three of them back, no problem, but we need to shed some payroll to make some more moves, so some of our players are going to have to get sent off. The first move we're going to make is Tanner Roark to Baltimore for 19-year-old first baseman Enrique Pena. And just looking at our roster, there's not much we can do right now, so the bigger free agents are looking out of the question. We are, however, going to sign some guys for depth, like Johnny Venters for some relief pitcher depth, and we're also going to pick up Eduardo Nunez for some better infield depth as well. After that, we're going to make a big deal to upgrade our catching position, sending Hunter Harvey, who we got in the Rule 5 draft, our backup catcher Tyler Stevenson, and starting pitching prospect Eric Pope to the Yankees for Gary Sanchez and Jonathan Holder. With that move out of the way, we are currently ranked as the best team in the league, first in contact and pitching and second in power. So taking a look at the roster we're going to be rolling with this year, as you can see, it is really freaking nasty, and we're finally legitimate World Series contenders with this team. So that's our goal. We're going to try and win it all. Alright, at midseason here, we're 64-44 in first place in the NL Central, and a game and a half up over the Cubs. Now that's what we like to see, but we're going to have to try and separate ourselves from them a little bit. And of course, for the culture, we're going to send Luke Voigt and Taylor Trammell for the legend himself, Joey Gallo, and a throw-in Kyle Cody. With this move, our team basically moves into maximum dong mode. We're going to go ahead and sim the rest of the season and hope for the best. Alright guys, we finished the season 162, the second best record in the league behind the 105-win Indians, and we had a pretty crazy second half. We went 36-18 since the Gallo trade, and finished 9 games up on the Cubs in the division. Yelich won the NL MVP, the Hank Aaron Award, and the Silver Slugger, batting .326 with 44 bombs and 108 RBIs. And Gerrit Cole won the Cy Young Award, going 12-5 with the 2.69 ERA and 274 strikeouts. So we're going to be facing the Cubs in the NLDS, our division rival. And what happens? We get swept immediately. Now that's super disappointing, but the good news is the whole gang is coming back for a chance to win it next season, and we'll see if they could do it. We're not going to make too many big moves this offseason, since our team is already loaded, but one guy we will pick up is relief pitcher Kyle Bearclaw on a 1-year deal for some more bullpen depth. That's the only move we're going to make, and I'm pretty confident in the team the way they're set up right now. Alright, so here we go, beginning of the 2022 season, and our roster is looking real nice right now. We still have our nasty team from last year, and if we have to, we'll make a big move at the deadline to get better. But for now, I think this team is good the way it is, and we're looking to get to the Fall Classic this year for sure. So we made it to the deadline, sitting at 57-46, in first place and up on Milwaukee by 5.5 games. Not as good as I thought we'd be doing, but some of our big guys in the bullpen aren't performing as well as I hoped they would, so we have to upgrade there. We're going to go ahead and make a big deal here, sending Aroldis Chapman, Lucas Sims, and Rob Refsnyder to Cleveland for Brad Hand and Corey Kluber, who are both having pretty solid years. Then, we're going to send Jordan Montgomery to the Nats for Blake Trinan to solidify the bullpen even more. That's all we're going to do at this deadline, so let's hope these moves will help us lock up the division and get into the playoffs. So we finished the season at 92-70, winning the division for the second year in a row, and we're going to be playing the Dodgers in the NLDS. Luis Castillo won the Cy Young Award, going 17-3 with a 3.06 ERA, and Brad Hand won the Delivery Man of the Year award with 44 saves, a 2.08 ERA, and 66 strikeouts. A lot of our hitters had really great seasons, and at this point, we're just hyped for the playoffs. Unfortunately, we do end up losing to the Dodgers in 5 games, and in the winner-take-all game, we got shut out 1-0. So that's another first-round exit, and that's going to leave us feeling a bit sour, and will also take us to the end of the video. If you guys want to see a part 2, let me know in the comment section below, or by leaving a like and subscribing. Let me know if there's any teams you'd like to see me attempt to rebuild, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.